It's ahvay, your kinkologist, spilling a little kink into your day. Y'all know how we do. Email me your kinky entanglements and I get you right with my personal feedback and that of my tarot cards. Now, this is for mature adults only. If you wear steel drawers and a stiff shirt, this ain't for you. Nothing is too kinky or too crazy to discuss. And y'all know we run into the crazy damn near each episode. Remember, kink should always be legal and consensual. I don't care if you're butt naked draped over someone's lap getting spanked or wearing a dog collar and a diaper sucking somebody's toes. We're going to tap it all. For a slot on the show, hit me up at ahvay.kinkologist@gmail.com. Y'all ready for these emails? Let's get it. Up first, we have Jenny from Florida. Ahvay, I have a story unlike any other. My husband is a big Western fan. He watched all these old Clint Eastwood and John Wayne movies. Lord only knows how many times I've had to hear the stories of when he worked at a dude ranch in the summers when he was in college. His man cave is full of cowboy hats mounted on the wall and Old West paraphernalia. So, for our anniversary, I thought I'd make one of his fantasies come true. We both agreed that we'd exchange our gifts after dinner when we returned home. I'd purchased this sexy cowgirl lingerie complete with thigh-high cowgirl boots. When we returned home from the restaurant, I went into the spare room to get ready. Imagine my shock when I stepped into our bedroom to find my husband in nothing but cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. On the bed was another guy with the same attire on. So, this was apparently turning into a threesome. I decided to go with it as we'd been talking about spicing things up. As things progressed, I began to feel slighted. They paid more attention to each other and were going at it like rabbits. The next morning, I woke up to a note on his pillow stating that he was going to live the rest of his life as he truly was. Yeah, I was mad as hell. My friends and sister say they saw this coming. I didn't. We're still legally married and I'm pregnant as a result from that night. Should I chase him down and demand blood tests and support, or simply let it go? Everyone is talking in my ear. I'm so confused. Jenny, sweetie, unfortunately, your story isn't the only one like this that I've ever come across. Usually with threesomes, all parties know the deal before anything is done. Now, that's normally how it goes. In this, I do have some questions. Looking back, can you honestly say you never suspected anything? See, there's nothing wrong with being a fan of something, but with the way you describe the man cave in movies, it appears that he was a bit more into it than just regular fandom. Also, you stated that he worked at a dude ranch. Now, not all, get me right, not all, but a good lot of those dude ranchers cater to a specific lifestyle, which is more on the gay terms. I'm a little speechless here because normally, there's normally some kind of tell signs. Like a person don't just turn around and wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm gay. There's normally some tells that you can see. Some kind of suspicions that run through your head when you're around them. I'm not sure if that's ever happened here, but I want you to really think back and see if there was any times that you had any kind of doubts or any suspicions, anything that ever ran through your head, any situations that stand out to you. I don't know. Because, again, as I stated, these things don't just happen overnight. They really don't. And yeah, you could call me nosy. You could call me nosy, and I claim that. Call me nosy and I claim it because for me, I don't know. When he kept going on and on about these dude ranches, again, from what I know of dude ranches, not all, but a good lot of them cater to the gay lifestyle. So when he kept going on and on about these dude ranches, I would have done some research. I would have got on Google and done some kind of research. I would have even asked, well, which dude ranch you work on? And then research that one. Because again, like I said, from what I know now, everybody don't know about dude ranches. So, and this may be even some of you guys that's listening, this may be your first time hearing that. So again, knowing me as nosy as I am, and I'm going to claim that, I would have done a little research. Okay? Again, because it has me speechless for the simple fact that, again, as I stated, nobody just turns around and become gay. Okay? There had to be some type of tell signs, something along the way. And then you say your anniversary, but you didn't tell us which anniversary. So how long have y'all actually been together? See, that right there is a need to know, because that helps determine a lot of things as well. At this point, honestly speaking, my advice would be, if you're going to go ahead and have the baby, I would reach out and let him know that there's a pregnancy and possibility that he's the dad. What he does from there would be his call. I would really suggest that you take some time. Take some time for yourself. And maybe go away for a week, chill, relax, and think. Get your mind right. Because there's more than you now to consider. Now, the fact that, and I do want to touch on this right quick, the fact that you said that, or even mentioned the blood test part lets me know that you guys didn't wear any protection or use any protection. And in today's day and age, that's just not safe. That's not safe at all. You guys can't do things like that. I'm serious, because it's just not safe. And let me ask you, so you say that when you came into the room that night, it was your husband and another man. That leads me to believe, see, the way you put the words leads me to believe that you didn't know this other guy. So, again, that not using protection, not safe at all. How long have you and husband been married? That right there is a need to know, because a lot of things just, it's a little bothersome. Like, okay, even for, let's say y'all been married 10 years. 10 years into the marriage. And he brings this man in that you didn't know anything about for this threesome. Now, y'all go ahead and do this thing and you wound up pregnant. So here's a man you never knew, didn't know anything about. And to go in raw like that without using, that just wouldn't have been something I would have done. So again, now that he's up and jetted, and told you he's going to live this lifestyle, again, that's up to you. If you're going to go ahead and have the baby, then this is a choice that you have to make. I mean, if I know where he's at, I will call him, let him know, look, there's a possibility. I don't know, you might want to get with that other dude and tell him. I don't know, me personally, I can only speak for myself. I would probably just suck it up. If I'm going to go ahead and have the baby, then this is going to be my baby. Let him go on and do him, the other guy go on and do him, because, I mean, I just see a lot of mess happening in that. Me personally, that would be my call, but I don't tell you to do that. Again, if you know where he's at and you really feel that you want to let him know about the baby and the possibility, then I suggest you do that. But I also really suggest that you need to take some time for yourself. You need to take at least a good week to just breathe. Get these people out of your ear, clear your own mind, and come to your own relaxations and realizations as to what you want to do with your body, your baby, and how you want to move forward. Okay? Let's take it to the cards. The first card says connection. And see, that's just what I'm saying. There's really no need of you reaching out to this man unless you truly just want to let him know. If you don't know where he's at, you're talking about hunting him down and stuff. No. The first connection you need to make is with you and that child that you're carrying. You need to go somewhere, a spa, whatever. Go for a week. If you can, just take a week vacation. If you can't actually afford to get out, close up in your house. Don't answer no phone, no door, no nothing. And just zen. Get you some candles. Just have a zen week just for you. Order food. Don't even cook no food. Order food. Pamper yourself. And really take that time out to think and get your head right and know what you want to do. You understand? Because this is now all about you and this baby. The second card says, take a break. Just what I'm saying. Take a break. You got to take that time. You have to. Because right now you're all confused. You said you got folks talking in your ear left and right. Just having a baby, you're emotional. Whenever people are pregnant, there's emotions. And you got to calm it all down. You got to quiet it. You have to. And get that time out for yourself. There's no way you would be able to make good decisions with all of that going on. No way possible. The next card says, in, done, finished. And that's what I'm saying. Once you can clear your mind and you can get to find out what it is that you want to do, I promise you, everything will be clear then. It'll be clear. And all of this confusion will be over. You'll know exactly how you want to step, what it is that you want to do. And that's what you got to do. You have to do it. For your own peace of mind, you have to. These people talking in your ear, they're not the one that's in this situation. They're not the ones that's having this baby. So you have to get to that place of calm where you can make rational thoughts for yourself. Okay? I want you to take that time and then hit me back. Okay? Next up is Marsha from New Jersey. My boyfriend is always complaining that I'm boring, that I need to come out of my comfort zone. We only live once. I listened to this fool ahvay and ended up in the ER, embarrassed as all hell. He convinced me that I'd love the feel of him eating pop rock candy out of me. I've never done anything like that before. They look like little rocks. When you put a bunch in your mouth, you get this tingling sensation, which is supposed to give you jolts of electrified sensations. Like a dummy, I agreed. This fool brought several packs of the strawberry kind. I didn't know that I was allergic to the dye in the candy. I was burning like a steak over open flames. I had to get admitted to the ER and spent 3 days there. Never again. My mother rushed to the hospital frantic. That was until my brother's wife, who happened to be a nurse there, calmed her down. Calmed her down by telling her what happened. And then the lectures began. Of course, after they had a good laugh at my expense. The weird thing is that after a week, a girl in my neighborhood was admitted for the same thing. I heard it through the grapevine. When I mentioned to my boyfriend, he snapped, saying that my sister-in-law needs to mind her business and should be fired for spreading people's business. I was taken aback by his attitude. Normally, we laugh at some of the shit she tells me. Now I'm looking at him sideways like, Did he have something to do with old girl's trip to the ER? Hon, all I can say with this, honestly, you know that inner voice that you hear in your head. Everybody has it. Listen to it. Very rarely does it steer us wrong. It is the choice of whether we listen or not that determines the outcome. Yours is speaking loudly to you. On another note, the pop rock candy wasn't a bad idea. It really wasn't a bad idea. I've heard about this before. The issue is that whenever you're playing with food kinks, you have to check out all things beforehand. Check on the ingredients. Ask questions. Don't just assume something because everybody's body is different. Again, I don't tell people to leave a relationship unless it's a danger to their mental or their physical health. And this, I will say, you need to listen to the inner you. You already know the deal, or you wouldn't have written to me. Let's keep it real. I'm picking up that this isn't the first incident or time that you've doubted his loyalty or commitment. Let's take it to the cards. The first card says harmony. And see, this is what I'm saying. Your harmony is off. I feel that. The harmony is completely off. And that's what's giving me these murky feelings. That this isn't the first time. This isn't the first time that something has happened within this relationship that's making you doubt him. And I honestly get to feel that you already know. You already know the outcome to all of this. Whether you just needed a little vindication hearing it from somebody else, but you already know. The next card says, seek truth. And that's what I'm saying. You already know. You don't really need to seek anymore. You already know. You already know. But you just need it or want it. I'm going to say that. You just want it, and I'm going to underline that 3 times. You want it to hear somebody else give vindication to what you already know and have known for a while. The next card says accomplishing goals. And what I'm getting with that is, again, you already know. So now you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do so that you can move on and do what you need to do in life. Because this isn't the first time that you've had these doubts. And you know where these doubts are coming from. If you stay in a situation that's repeatedly turning out to be no good, nothing positive is coming from that. Nothing positive is coming out of that. It's like you're swimming in a lava pool. You know what lava is? It comes from volcanoes. You're swimming in a lava pool. What's going to happen is all your skin and perhaps bones is going to melt away. So there's nothing. So there's no need of sitting in a situation that you see is just straight up drowning you. There's no healthy outcome here. Okay? You think about it. Do what you got to do. Hit me back. Up next is Carrot from North Carolina. Don't know why I wanted to say New York when it says North Carolina. Anyway, ahvay, I've been receiving text messages from an unknown number. At first, I was like, whatever. But then I began reading them. They were cool. It appeared that the sender was trying to reach out to an old friend who had this number. I told him that this was a new phone and number for me. I'd only had it for 3 months. He said that he'd been in the hospital and lost touch with his friend. I didn't mind talking to him. We talked about life, nothing too heavy. But then things got weird. He asked if I was gay. I said no. He then went on about me answering a text from a man saying that seems like a gay act to him. Then he started texting insults and innuendos. I told him that his behavior was not cool and that we shouldn't speak anymore. I didn't hear from him for a few weeks. Then suddenly he texted me telling me he saw me in a club with a guy. He asked why did I lie to him. I told him to get lost. He told me to come to the door. There were 6 black silk roses laying on the floor at my door. I changed my number and he continued to text. I'd gone to the police, but they said since he hasn't harmed me or threatened my life, they couldn't help. I am at wit's end. I've changed the number twice, even got a new phone and carrier. He still texts us. Do you have any advice on how I can get past this creep? I'm not even gonna lie. Carrot, hun, when I first read this, I was and am concerned. I get institutional vibes from this guy. The original owner of that phone is in hiding. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. He ditched the number for the same reason of what you're telling me. You say you already changed your number and phone. He's smart and he's obsessed. If you can get a burner phone for a while, do so. Also, this would be the best time for you to take a break. Go visit family for a few weeks. Tell no one but your boss where you're going. Don't pack. Perhaps mail a box of clothing and the things that you'll need to where you're going. Then one day, leave out like you're going to work and dip off to the airport or train station. There's an old saying, out of sight, out of mind. Once he's receiving no response from you, I truly believe he'll move on. I'll email you some more instructions. Look out for them in the next 24 hours. For now, let's see what the cards have to say. Carrie, I'm going to be honest with you. I was very concerned. When I read this, I was very, very concerned. And immediately I did a reading. So I'm telling you, look out for that email from me, okay? And let's take it to the cards. The first card says ideas. Ideas. And this is exactly what I'm telling you. Listen to what I said. If you need to ship out, mail out a box of clothes or whatever things you're going to need for about a week or 2 or 3, however long you can get with your job, and go somewhere. Go somewhere to family. Don't tell nobody else, not even your close friends. Don't tell anybody except your boss where you're going. Listen to me. And go away for a little while. You need to remove yourself from the situation. The next card says, accept help when offered. Now you wrote to me. You wrote to me. And I'm telling you what I'm picking up on. This guy, this is not his first rodeo, okay? This isn't his first rodeo. And this is something he does. Now, when the other guy, and he's not even the first, when the other guy ditched the phone number and he's gone, when he kept ringing that same phone and somebody answered, he latched on to you. Okay? How he's getting these phone numbers are unclear to me. But I'm getting that he has some computer skills. I'm getting that he has some real computer skills. I am getting institutional vibes. When he told you he was in the hospital, that's where I believe he was at. I believe he was in an institution. I'm really, really concerned. And I truly, truly hope that you take what I'm telling you. Again, I am going to reach out to you after this. And I want you to reach back out to me. I really want you to take some time, and I want you to get away for a little while, okay? The next card says release negativity. And that's what I'm saying. You've got to get away. Get away. Remove yourself from the situation. You understand? From here on, do not answer any unknown calls, any unknown texts. Don't do it. Do not do it. Get you a burner phone. If you don't know what that is, you could go to like Walmart or any of those stores and just get like a little prepaid phone that you put minutes on it. Now, this will pass. I promise you. Listen to what I'm saying. This will pass. In time, it's going to take a little bit, but this will pass. Where you can go back to getting the kind of phone that you want. But at this point, it's about your safety. Okay? So get you a burner phone, talk to your boss, and go ahead and remove yourself from the situation. Okay? Look out for my email. Up next, we have Angie from Maryland. My girl and I enjoy being spontaneous. We keep it lit in the bedroom. We've tried many kinds of kink and enjoyed most. Recently, we tried hot oil and candle wax. We found this spot that sells scented candles and sensual body oils. Sensual body oils. After a hot bubble bath, I rubbed her down with rose oil. She wanted to try the hot candle wax. I wasn't too sure about that. The moment I poured the wax on her belly, she started screaming. I grabbed the closest thing I could find, which happened to be a cup off the dresser. I just threw contents on her, thinking it was my cup of water. The bleach and wax pulled up around her belly button, and she screamed like a banshee. What we didn't know was that she was allergic to the dye of the candle. Finally, I did grab the right cup, but it did no good because she'd taken a nosedive off the bed, rolling back and forward. We spent 12 hours in the ER. I felt so bad. She'd broken her wrist in the fall and had a second-degree burn on her stomach. What I didn't understand is her actions afterwards. She went to the guest bedroom and treats me as if I did it deliberately. She did have a belly piercing, and that's where the bleach and the candle met, where she got burned. It was her who wanted to try this shit. I'm not feeling the silent treatment or stink eyes she tosses my way. Like, how the hell is this my fault? Hun, I've heard about hot wax going wrong. I'm not even going to lie to you. I've heard about hot wax going wrong. Let me explain something to y'all. In the land of kink, things don't always go as planned, okay? I've heard many situations of accidents that happen. Many. It's a learn as you go, honestly. Because these things, some of them come with some directions, but there's things that you have to know yourself that the directions don't cover. Such as somebody being allergic to something. This you won't know. Everybody's individual body is different. So you just have to be very, very careful with these things. Use Google. You have to do your research. And if you don't know your own body, let's say 9 times out of 10, most people don't know everything that they're allergic to. So it's kind of a do or don't. That's why I said that, these things happen. Accidents happen. Now, that's a little bad right there that you grabbed a cup that had the bleach in it. And, bleach don't go with everything. So whatever was in this candle, I don't know what kind of ingredients they made these candles out of. And I guess that bleach just didn't mix well. Again, accidents happen. Unfortunately, that this happened to her. As far as the broken wrist, you said she was rolling back and forward on the bed and then she fell off, took a nosedive. Now, if you had tossed her off the bed and she broke her wrist, then maybe I could see her being mad. I'm picking up that there's more to this story. I want you to dial it back a bit. Has there ever been any other situations, arguments, anything that could lead to her current state? If you still come up empty, then I want you to sit down and talk to her. If that still doesn't work, hit me up for a private reading. Because you know what? And when I read this, I said to myself, again, because I've heard so many different stories with the king, but I too was confused with the fact that she's so mad at you like this, to get up and move to the guest room, to not be speaking to you, like you said, giving you the stink eye. That's a little extreme. Because, again, let me tell you, I've heard some stories, okay? I've heard some stories of stuff stuck in places, and embarrassing, so very, very embarrassing. This is kinda on the mound. And the fact of the broken wrist, again, I'm so sorry that happened, but these things happen. It happens. You understand? These things really do happen. And it's really nobody's fault. You guys tried it. Y'all wanted to try something. You did it. And unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way you thought it would. But what I'm getting, and what I picked up from the very first time that I read it, that there's something a little bit more here. There's something a little bit more going on. Because those reactions are not the kind of reactions that should be coming from something as minute as this. You understand? Because you didn't toss her off the bed. She was rolling back and forward, and she wound up rolling and fell off. So that's where the broken wrist came in. Again, I don't know why anybody would take it to that extreme to not be talking to somebody, because it's an accident. Now, if you had kicked her off that bed or threw her off the bed or something like that, oh, now it would be on and popping. I can certainly understand that. But that wasn't the case. Let's take it to the cards and see what they say. The first card says nurturing. And this is what I'm saying. This makes no sense. Because normally at this part in the game, y'all tried something, it didn't come out right, somebody got hurt. Instead of being mad, you guys should be hugging and laughing about this, and like, you know what? We went wrong here. If we're going to try it again, we're going to do this. We're going to do something different next time. Like, it should be more on that line. Not this silent treatment and evil eyes, and like that's not right. There's something more going on there. There's something more going on there. The second card says, make sure your foundation is strong. Now listen, that's not me saying it. The cards say it. The cards say it. Make sure your foundation is strong. And this is what I'm saying. Something here is not right. Because if the foundation of the relationship was strong, this would be minute. You would be like, okay, you brush this off your shoulder. You understand what I'm saying? We tried something, it didn't work. I mean, anybody can make a mistake. Now, again, I don't know why that cup of bleach was there, but I don't get malice off of it. I'm not picking that up. I'm not picking up any malice. I don't think that you intentionally put that cup of bleach there to throw it on her at some point. I honestly am not picking that up. I'm not picking that up. And I think that at this point, that it really should be some type of forgiveness. I think that, which it really shouldn't even be a need of, because again, you guys tried something you hadn't done before. And in that, in kink and sex, there are mistakes. Things happen. So when something extreme response like this, it's just not adding up. It's not adding up. The next card says clear away distractions. And that's why I told you, sit down, think. In the weeks before, in the months before, how have things been between y'all? What's been going on? Have y'all been arguing a little bit more than normal? Anything, start peeling back the weeks and find out, Has there been any incidents that have happened that made you wonder, or like I said, have y'all been arguing more? Any things that's been going on that's not of the norm? Pick these things out. And then I want you to actually sit down and try to have a conversation with her. And if that does not work, hit me up and we'll do a private reading, okay? Final thoughts. Loves, loves, loves. I've always said you have to be true to yourself first. I've always said that. And if you're in an unsafe situation, there is help out there. You just have to reach out. You've got to reach out. People, please do not answer or entertain wrong numbers or texts. Don't do it. Things are serious out in these streets. And I don't want to hear of any of you hurt. Also, listen to your inner voice. Rarely does it lead you wrong. With that said, if you have a bizarre situation or simply some kind of drama and need to give voice to it, I'll take that on too. No subject is too taboo to discuss. Whatever you're into, just be careful and, as always, play safe in your kink. Until next time, and as always, keep it kinky. Guys, we're definitely grown. Come and join the kink fam. Now, I know I've been talking about the wine and kink on Thursday nights, but remember, I also said the channel is about to undergo construction. We're doing a change of title, same kinky situations, same bizarre situations, same crazy situations, but because the channel was originally all about kink, we're going to open it up now because it hasn't been about just kink. So now we're going to open it up so that we can take in everything. And I'm opening up my emails for everything. Hit me with it, okay? As always, keep it kinky. See you next time.